right, and we're back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time here on the GSMC Sports Network. Your favorite wrestling fan talks about all the action inside and outside of the ring. We talk about backstage curtain drama. We also talk about, superstar news, inactive statuses, injury updates, contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings from promotions from WWE to TNA to AEW to Ring of Honor, CMLL to New Japan Professional Wrestling to the GCW to also the CMLL. If it makes major news headlines in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show. So just kind of reflect on what we talked about right quick. We had we talked about Tony Khan potentially, thinking like a brand split like WWE, Raw and SmackDown. But instead of that, it'd be Collision against Dynamite, which, like I said, if it's done correctly, could be right. But if it's done bad, could be very, very bad for the promotion who's starting to get more viewers, excuse me. But overall, you kind of have that happening right now. Sorry. You have a lot of superstars on Collision that fight Solamente on Collision, and a lot of fans on Rampage who fight on Rampage. And, obviously, you have people like MJF, Will Ospreay who fight on Dynamite more exclusively, not necessarily like, you know, kind of, you know, kind of succumb to that. But ultimately, like, I feel like it would kind of shoot AEW in the leg more than kind of, promote their, the better the promotion, because I feel like the reason why AEW is so damn prestigious, the reason why people watch it instead of WWE and WWE, like a lot of people, they kind of have this territorial, either or. You're either with AEW or you're with WWE, and that's bullshit. That's not true. You can't, that you could become. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan. I was watching TNA back in 2006. I love the fact that they're doing collaborations with the NXT. I used to watch WCW. I used to watch WWF/WWE, Raw, SmackDown. Used to watch all these things. Now, I've come to grow a lot of, kind of grow some love for AEW. Love all the wrestling. Tony Khan's promotion is kicking ass. I love it, and I feel like it's gonna be great. All right, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk briefly on this subject that Rhea Ripley is about to sign a contract. New contract with WWE, guarantees her 5 years. It's the correct move. It's kind of been the correct move ever since you kind of had an aging Asuka. You had an aging Bailey, an aging Charlotte Flair, tore her MCL, ACL. You had also Natalia, who's not really with it. Not really in the main event kind of picture. Becky Lynch, with the whole maternity leave, and she was injured as well. She had her fair share of injuries. But Rhea Ripley right now is the kind of the new generation China mixed with the new generation's Lita, mixed with the new generation's like Trish Stratus. She has a big, amazing things ahead of her career if she stays healthy. If she stays healthy, 1,010%. Obviously, she does have, I think it's her right arm. I think it is her right elbow that's been injured multiple times. But Rhea Ripley special. If I was WWE, I would have signed her too. Like, why not? She's definitely one of the best wrestlers, the women's wrestlers. Like, shit. I mean, crap. Sorry. Bullspit. Oh, God. You kind of have her on the men's and the women's division as one of the main stars that you kind of tune into every week. People love seeing themselves from Rhea Ripley. She could be a WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, Women's World Champion, a Women's WWE Women's Champion, and she can just kill it, kill all the bookings that she's in right now. This whole breakup between her and Judgment Day is a little far fetched. In my opinion, I kind of want to see her go as far away from this whole Judgment Day as humanly possible. You know what I mean? She can feud with Liv, but after losing twice, because obviously you had Raquel Rodriguez, obviously you saw her lose. Thanks to Dominic Mysterio at SummerSlam. I want to see Rhea Ripley come to SmackDown. I want to see her feud with Nia Jax. I do. I feel like that would be great. Kind of switching some people. Maybe Tiffany Stratton cashes in at Crown Jewel. You're going to have the two champions there, Liv Morgan and Nia Jax, right there, blam in front of your face. Tiffany Stratton cashes in her money in the bank on Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, obviously can't. It's not like a really like a rematch clause kind of thing. But then she joins, Raquel Rodriguez, and then they start going after the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Like once again, I'm not crapping on Liv Morgan. It's not like I hate Liv. I respect her. I love her as a chaser, not really as a champion. But as the face of Monday Night Raw heading into Netflix, I don't see it happening. I'm sorry, but it's hard for me to believe. It's hard for me to believe. With her with Raquel Rodriguez is a whole different story. But can Raquel Rodriguez kind of help Liv Morgan win every single WWE World Women's Championship match? Maybe, perhaps it could happen. Obviously, you saw that with Triple H and would not Triple H with Shawn Michaels and Diesel. Like that's it's happened before. Obviously, men's wrestling, but hey, why not do it for women's wrestling as well? But overall, I just want signing this contract is a big thing for Rhea Ripley for one of two things. Number one, WWE is locking her up because they know she's going to be a star. And number two, WWE is kind of gearing up toward a new generation of women's superstars that are going to kind of mimic the same mentality, physicality that what Rhea Ripley, kind of offers. You know what I mean? I feel like WWE is going to kind of take a break from hiring all the Barbie dolls. You know what I mean? Like all the models. You're like, you know what? Go in and join the WWE. Join the WWE ring, dude. Guess what? We'll train you up. We'll train you up to be awesome. But now with this women's division on Monday Night Raw, and it has to get better, a lot better. Monday Night Raw's women's division has been lacking. Has been one of the crappiest division inside of women's wrestling. Going under obviously the best NXT, TNA, SmackDown. I even think AEW has a way better women's division than Monday Night Raw. And I'm not trying to crap on AEW at all. Not at all. But there could be done a lot better. A lot of talents. Obviously, we were talking last podcast about WWE introducing a women's mid-card title, like the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship and the WWE Women's United States Championship. That could help a hell of a lot. But as of right now, it's just Monday Night Raw. It's kind of lacking, and if you have this main, conglomerate that Netflix is over 260 million subscribers who blow the water out of Hulu, who blow the water out of Disney Plus, Prime Video, you name it, Paramount Plus, CBS, whatever, they kill it. They kill it, and they're going to want a wrestling promotion that's going to promote their brand first and foremost, and that's going to draw viewers. If you're not a wrestling fan, Netflix, they hope that when somebody, stumbles upon WWE, they tune in, put on the channel, and then they start streaming. Well, not streaming, but then they start like kind of start skipping through a lot of what's new on Netflix. Because the moment you put on Netflix, it's the top 10, what's been visited, the top 10. And then you see the movies, you see this TV series, the documentaries, and, Raw's going to be right there. So obviously there has to be a lot of, women's wrestlers, especially heading toward Monday Night Raw. I feel like that's the reason why they locked Rhea Ripley up for 5 years. So it's not really a surprise. She's definitely the future of WWE. And, honestly, giving a round of applause. Some pretty awesome women's wrestling. Obviously, love Rhea Ripley. She deserves it. And 1,010%. Congratulations, girl. You did it. All right, last to finish this up right quick because we are running short out of time. We have AEW's is more profitable than WCW's 13 years, in existence. Obviously, we're going to talk about some of Eric Bischoff's, some of his comments, some of, a lot of other, Reddit comments as well. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and we're going to, join me back here in about like 25 seconds.